السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. معكم إياد الدعلوج. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Penny Software, the company that you have on the linear today. First of all, I want to start by asking everyone, should I use this one? Raise your hand if you have heard of Penny Software before. Good, good. So for those who have not heard of Penny Software before, it's shame on us, and we will make sure that we correct this today. So I will start my presentation today by giving you a bit of introduction, more of a high-level introduction about Penny Software. Then I would like to share with you some of the learnings that we have gathered from the market on the trends that we have noticed in procurement. So first, what is Penny Software? Penny is a procurement software, is an all-in-one source-to-pay software. We specialize in building procurement software and supply chain solutions. We have flagship products, but we do develop and customize specialized procurement and supply chain solutions. We typically serve mid and upper market. We serve customers across multiple industries, and proudly we serve customers across multiple countries. What makes Penny unique is we designed the system with a modern user interface and user experience. We believe that the procurement and the enterprise experience should be consumerized. And what we mean by that, the enterprise experience should be easy and should be simple. When we talk to customers, and I will elaborate this when I go to the trend part, when we talk to customer, it is very apparent to us that most customers are tired of using difficult and clunky software. Penny Software is modern, quick to implement, and easy to use. Most importantly, Penny is modular, meaning that we broke down the procurement journey into multiple steps. And we made every step as an independent module. So it's not a rigid system. It's not a complete procure-to-pay rigid system that would overlap with the ERP system. I'm sure all of us here have dealt with procurement software, or at most, we have ERP systems. The issue is that when we come to evaluate the procurement software, and I think an issue that all of us in the procurement can relate to, there is always an overlap between procurement and what you already have in your ERP system, most particularly on the finance and accounting, because the nature of procurement overlaps with finance and accounting. Penny is not here to overlap or be redundant of what you already have in procurement system and on your ERP system, but rather to complement and gives you what you don't have in your ERP system. We are proudly a Saudi company. And when I say Saudi company, I don't mean we have an office in Riyadh and we have our database in the servers in Saudi. We're proudly a real Saudi company. We're created in Saudi, funded by investors and venture capital funds from Saudi and from Silicon Valley, and we develop our full technology in-house. Penny is not made on an open source technology or using an outsourced technology. We fully develop the system in-house, and therefore we can customize procurement and supply chain solutions that fits your need. So what's the problem and the pain and solution in procurement? I think we all know data fragmentation is the #1 problem. As a procurement manager, if you don't have your data digitalized, and if you don't have your data consolidated, you have no view. You cannot really track anything. So data fragmentation is the #1 pain point. The thing is, you cannot have data consolidation without consolidating the procurement journey. The second one is offline sourcing. And this is where the real data happens, in sourcing. ERPs or most ERP system can digitize or automate the process from raising a purchase requisition, approval workflow, sending a PO, but that's not where the real pain in procurement is. The real pain and the heavy lifting of procurement happens at the sourcing stage. When you raise RFQs, when you raise RFPs, when you raise complex RFQs to multiple vendors across different parts of the world, you gather quotation, you analyze quotation, you negotiate, you compare not only on the price, but on different multiple factors. How do you do this if you're doing it all offline? How do you gather data if it's happening across multiple emails and multiple Excel sheets? It's really hard to track that data. That data fragmentation is really costly. And last but not least, if you don't have consolidation of data, the problem is lack of governance, compliance. What we provide in Penny, we provide procurement streamlining for the full procurement journey. We digitize and automate the sourcing management, which I will present in a bit. And of course, that gives you control and governance. Ultimately, all of this saves you time and money. This is the procurement journey that we cover, starting from purchase requisition, source, order, GRN, bill, and payment. Of course, with all the supporting modules such as contract management, catalog management, vendor management, and etc. But every step of these is an independent module. So we build the system to be modular. So if you have an ERP system and you are sending the order from your ERP system and managing your bill and payment in the ERP system, Penny can complement by providing the purchase requisition and sourcing, a complete automation of RFQs and RFPs. Main features include purchase requisition, RFQs, RFPs, and RFI, complete automation of quotation gathering, organizing, comparing, and analyzing. What you do in multiple emails and gathering information from multiple emails and putting them in Excel sheets and comparing this Excel sheet, Penny automates all of that. With one click, you gather all the quotation from all suppliers. It gathers, compares, analyzes, and it gives you a recommendation. Negotiate and revision, multi-currency, sealed bid, vendor management, contract management, budget management, and most importantly, report and analysis. The beauty about using Penny is that your vendors do not have to use the platform. You don't have to bother your vendors with implementing a new platform. If today you are sending your RFQs or RFP to your vendors via email, you can do this with Penny, business as usual to the vendor. So Penny would send an email to your vendors. The vendors can participate or quote you via email, and the system would take the quotation, log it back in a comparison table. It would create an Excel sheet-like in which it compares, it gathers, compares, and analyzes all the quotations from different vendors. The comparison is not only on price, and we all know in procurement that it's not only about price and delivery and speed and all of that. Every sourcing event is unique. In certain sourcing event and a certain product, you might care about, are you a local content or not? Is this product certified for this or that? Are you as a vendor certified? These comparison attributes, you can put it, you can automate it, and the system will gather and automate it for you. We serve customers from different countries. Saudi, we are proud to be one of the solutions for STC solutions. Our customers include Thiqa, Dallat al-Baraka, Rushed, one of the companies of Rushed Petroleum, and many others. We are very, very proud to be recognized by ProcureTech and Kearney Consulting as one of the top most pioneering 100 solutions in procurement globally. And this recognition happened in our first year in the market. And as a Saudi company, to be recognized in this global recognition, this is something that we are very proud about. So this is an introduction about Penny. And we have a stand here. Would love to meet with every one of you and hear from you and learn how we can help you digitize your procurement. But I do want to use the time also to share with you some of the learnings on the trends that we have noticed in procurement. And this is based on talking with customers from multiple countries and across multiple industries. So sharing the learnings. Number one is simplicity of use. Procurement as a service, which we call PaaS. Digital sourcing for indirect procurement. And the difference between direct procurement and the indirect procurement and the needs of digitization. And consolidated procurement as a shared service. So I'll start one by one. And this is a really big one, which is simplicity. Our first core value in Penny is simplicity first. And when we talk to customers, it's always the pain that they are exhausted by using these old and clunky and hard-to-use software. We've talked to customers that have invested millions of riyals into implementing software only to have it failed because the end user is not using it. We are solving a complex problem. Procurement is very complex. It is very easy to create a complex solution to solve a complex problem. But it's really hard to create a simple and easy-to-use solution to solve a complex problem. If your end users, if your employees, if your vendors are not using the system, what's the point? The failure of using the system is one of the major hurdles that we see. So we created the system to be very easy, quick to implement, and easy to use. We have our system up and running in a matter of weeks. No training needed, modular, configurable, frustration from heavy legacy systems. So this is a source actually from Forbes that says that one of the main reasons on failure in digital transformation is the failure of adoption by the end user. The second one is procurement as a service is a trend that we have noticed. And what we mean group purchasing order, GPO. And what we've noticed is that many companies outsource their procurement to companies that specialize in providing procurement as a service for the direct purchases. Purchases that you buy on daily basis, your office supply, your electronics. We have one of the companies that came to us, Ghayat. Ghayat is also a Saudi company that provides procurement as a service. They are serving multiple customers and multiple industries across the country, and they are expanding to other countries in the GCC. What Ghayat offers, you completely outsource your procurement. They gathered over 300 suppliers, 10,000 products for you, so you can go there and purchase from them. You can raise RFQ, you consolidate the procurement experience. They give you better prices because they have better purchasing power. They give you the credit term, and they're responsible for the full purchase from request all the way to delivery. When Ghayat came to us, asking us to build that system for them, we built a system that caters for the full procurement journey, and it's a multi-layer, multi-tenant. Because on one hand, they have customers that are the buyers. On the other hand, they have suppliers. But it's more complex than this. Many customers have different branches. Many suppliers have different locations. The logistic can be a nightmare. So the system that we have built to them serves as procurement as a service, in which we provide the software as a service. We've seen this trend. Many companies come to us for different industries building procurement as a service solution. Another trend is online sourcing for indirect procurement. Your indirect procurement is a pain. I think we can all relate to that. Your indirect procurement probably represents 10 to 20% of your annual procurement, but it represents the majority of the time of your procurement team. You have frame contracts, so these are very easy. But the things that you don't usually buy, say water cooler. How often do you buy water cooler? To find a supplier for water cooler, especially if you're buying quantities, you need to go out and search for suppliers and raise RFQ. This is time consuming. And the trend that we have noticed, and this is not only in Saudi, this is globally, is digitizing indirect procurement, going online and finding supplier, which is why we've built Souq Penny. And Souq Penny is a B2B marketplace that's available to our customers. Our customers have their own vendors, of course, have their own catalog. But if they need to buy something that they don't usually buy on a frequent basis, they don't have it in their vendor list, they don't have it in their contract list, through the platform, they can access Souq Penny, and they have access to over 300,000 SKUs with detailed information, all in Saudi, all principal suppliers, local suppliers, or principal suppliers. Our aim in this, and we have the National Center for Information here, our aim in this is to one day support to have all local content on our platform. So you can access local content through your procurement software. No need for you to go out and physically and offline look for products when you can compare products digitally. Last but not least, consolidated procurement. A few companies that we're working with are building a consolidated procurement as a shared service. These companies have many subsidiaries, and what's happening, or what was happening to them, is that every subsidiary was working independently, autonomously in a way, doing their own procurement. But these subsidiaries are not all alike. They have large subsidiaries, they have small subsidiaries, they have medium-sized subsidiaries. So what happened is that their large subsidiaries have good purchasing power, while their small subsidiaries have weak purchasing power. But they all belong to one company. So why not consolidate the purchasing power, and why not consolidate procurement as a shared service? But how do you do this without having a digital system? So we've built the system that does this. It's a multi-layer, multi-tenant system with sub-organizations that helps you digitize. Your companies can still be autonomous, but all using one system. And what that gives you is, of course, higher purchasing power, streamlining procurement, and most importantly, governance and compliance across the organization. Last but not least, I ask everyone here to please consider local content. Please consider a Saudi company when you are looking for a procurement software. Thank you very much.